What is up, everybody? Nico back for another DBD video. Today we are going to be talking about Boon Totems because of the implications that they will bring to the game in the Hour of the Witch character update. And this is coming October 19th. Michaela Reed is the new survivor that is bringing these new perks into the game. And there has been a lot of worry in regards to these particular perks just because of how they'd been functioning on the PTB. However, today during the DBD Q&A, we got a lot of answers regarding the Boon Totems and how they are going to be affected moving forward on release. And I think they are very positive. So let's talk about how the Boon Totems were working. So Boon Totems are basically new hex perks for survivors. Survivors are going to be able to go up and bless a totem, and that is going to give them a certain effect in an area of effect. There's a radius that the Boon Totem actually works. It doesn't work throughout the whole map, much like a hex totem does. So they have a certain area of effect that they are able to use the Boon Totem in, but they are able to bless more than one Boon Totem at a time. Now, if they did bless a hex, that hex would then disappear, and it would just remove the killer's hex from the game entirely. That hex could not be reapplied after that. It was also worth noting that the boons were stackable, which was very, very effective on larger maps with multiple levels. So if you had two totems that were pretty much stacked right on top of one another, you were going to be able to stack the effects of those boons, and that was very, very powerful on the PTB. And obviously, this was a lot of concern for killers. You know, it's another thing to juggle on top of the 4 survivors, all the gens you got to manage. Now you have to go and look after your totems and make sure that people aren't blessing totems and, you know, doing things of that nature. And it was a concern. Obviously, killers can snuff out Boon Totems, and it takes about a second to do. However, they're able to just go back and reapply the boon to the totem. It doesn't remove the totem from the playing field. So there was a lot of worry. However, during the Q&A, they answered some questions and talked about some changes that were coming to the Boon Totems that I feel overall are for the better. Now, the first one that they talked about was that Boon Totem effects no longer stack. Like I was saying earlier, if you were playing on a map with multiple floors and there were 2 totems within the radius, there was going to be a huge benefit for survivors, especially with the particular Boon Totem that allows you to self-heal and heal survivors faster. That was very, very powerful in the fact that you could just basically speed through and heal people because all the totems were so close to one another. And that was very strong. Now these effects don't stack. So you get the one base increase to whatever the stat is, you know, the healing, whatever, you get that, and that's it. Even if there's 2 Boon Totems in the same radius, you're only going to be getting the bonuses from the 1 Boon Totem in the area, which I think is really, really positive. Now they also changed how you are going to be able to bless the totem, which I think is probably the biggest thing in regards to the Boon Totems. Previously, on the PTB, it took about the same amount of time that it takes to cleanse a totem to boon a totem, which is pretty quick. It's not a long amount of time at all, and as a result of this, it didn't really result in there being a lot of player thought in activating Boon Totems because it was so quick. It was like, why would I not just throw the boon on, right? However, they are changing this because now they have a 24-second timer to add a boon to a totem. And I think this is a fantastic change because this brings about a thought process for the survivors. They have to think, do I want to waste the time applying the boon to this totem, or do I just want to cleanse the totem and get the totem out? Because cleansing the totem still takes the same amount of time. It has not changed. So if you find a hex and you are running Boon Totem perks, it makes you stop and think, okay, do I really need to get rid of this particular boon? Like, do I want to waste the time to get the boon down, or do I simply want to remove this hex because it's crippling our team right now? It's a huge factor, and I think this is a much better system because prior there literally was no consequence to survivors activating a boon. It was just quick, easy, boom, you get the bonuses, and that was the end of the story. But now they have to think, you know, do I want to take the extra time, or do I just want to get this effect for the killer off the field? And I think that's a really nice little variable. I saw other people talking about, you know, adding some sort of ability for killers to reactivate their hex totems, and they kind of talked about that as well. A question during the Q&A was, why can survivors bless totems more than once, but hexes can only be used once? And I liked the answer they provided. They said that boon effects have a small area of effect on the map. They only work in that particular region, and with the 24-second timer, you're going to have to waste a lot of time in order to go back and actually activate them because, like I said earlier, the killer takes about a second to stomp out a totem. So it definitely is a thought that you have to waste a lot of time in order to get your totem back up. Plus, it only affects a small area of the map, unlike the entire map, which is what hexes do. Hexes affect the entire game, they affect the entire map, so it makes a lot of sense that they don't get to be reactivated if somebody cleanses them, because currently we can't reactivate them if they cleanse them, and if they decide to throw a boon up over them, it takes them triple the time. So in my opinion, I think this makes a lot of sense on why Boon Totems are able to be reactivated, especially now with the timer change, with the 24-second change. That's a really big difference in the amount of time it takes to bless a totem. So I think this makes a lot of sense on why survivors get to reactivate their perks, however killers do not. I think it's a very, very good decision on behavior's part, and I think it's just overall going to make those particular perks much more balanced. But that pretty much covers all I have in regards to the Boon Totems and the updates that they have on them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the Boon Totems? Are you excited for them? Do you think the changes are too much? I'm very curious on all the thoughts. But if you want to see more DBD stuff from me in the future, make sure you are subscribed to the channel for more content like that. And check out the Twitch stream where I'm over there playing DBD all the time, having a good time with chat and all that fun stuff. But like I said, that is it for this video, and I will see you all in the fog.